Welcome back to Current Calamities, where I take a break from the past to look forward to the future with the games of the present. Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain, the first game in this intellectual puzzle series in 14 years. Man, Brain Age never went that long. Well, unofficially it may if brain training never gets an official release to the US. Make this right, Dr. Kawashima. I've actually played all the games in the series since there have been only 3 so far. The original DS game is now in the hands of Mama Blue, and we'd agree I played a good amount as a kid. And now we're here, almost a decade and a half later, with a new game in hand to see if I have a big brain, because I'm never going to get one playing Among Us. And there must be a good reason as to why it took this long to get a new entry, and they've been advertising it to no end. They even got Neil Patrick Harris on board, even if it was to cross-promote the Christmas Story ripoff. Which isn't the worst thing to do, and I'm sure it's good, but anyway, let's see what the fuss is about. Starts simply enough as we get straight to the title screen where Dr. Loeb is waiting for us. I never knew that was his name until now. I just figured it was something like... When you start, you can choose between going solo or a party, which is the driving point of this game. We'll actually come back to it once we go through the solo stuff. I've already gotten a head start and made my little avatar. It's the best I can do for now. I'll explain why that is in a second. Also, didn't want to look too stupid, but I will admit I've had my moments of dumb. Now we've got a ton of options at our disposal, but we'll begin with practice where we have all the mini games to pick and choose. And I'm not sure what I was expecting, but for veteran players of the series, you'll probably notice that all of these games are from the previous 2 entries. I guess they had to go for a multiplayer theme instead of calling it a best of. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it would have been cool to see some new, thought-provoking mini-games as they had enough time to come up with them. Or since they were going this best-of route as it is, they should have brought all of them in and not limit it to the ones they had, as there may be a few stinkers that others would think as. But most of the games are fun and enjoyable, and I could place most of them from what game they came from. Like I recognize this from the DS, and I'm positive this one's for the Wii, though I didn't recognize True View at all, so I might have spoken too soon on there not being any new games, so that's good, and it is one of my favorites. Other favorites include Train Turn, Get in Shape, well the whole Visualize category I enjoy, Mallet Math's a classic, and I think I excel at the Memorize and Identify categories, except for Fast Focus, as that'll take a bit for me to get as fast as they would like me to be. You probably noticed I left out the Analyze category, and that's for a couple reasons. The biggest one being is it was the worst part of my performance in my last big brain test. And that should probably say more than enough. It isn't without lack of trying. I've been giving it my all on these games. Speed Sorting and Match Blast are okay, I just need some more time with them. I wanna like Cube Game, but dang does it get difficult in a hurry, at least for me. But the one I absolutely don't like is Heavyweight. It's basic in concept where you have to figure out which out of a few objects weigh the most, but after a few it gets absurdly complicated that I have no idea how some of them make sense. Like, how? Why? This is the one I struggle with the most, even though that 5-star medallion may say otherwise. I just got fucking lucky. When you do finish one of the games, Dr. Loeb will take a look at your overall performance and award you a medal based on it and give you some coins as well. Every 10 will unlock a random wardrobe piece that you can use to customize your avatar's appearance. So I'll get some shades one day, hopefully, but seeing as I got a medal on every game in practice, I've seemed to have unlocked a super practice mode. Oh boy, will this turn my brain into a bigger brain? Turns out it isn't much of anything but the same games again, except it starts you out on a higher difficulty level. Meh, I could do that, but it's a little underwhelming. What else do we have available? Of course we have the test, which takes one random game from each category and makes you play them, which in theory should give you an accurate depiction of your big brain brawn. But with the score I got today, who's to know? We also have Ghost Clash, where you can battle other people's games in past performances, locally or online, rankings to show who's the best at everything in this game. Which is obviously me. And the options are there to toggle with, but you'll have most of this done already when you initially started the game. I remember hearing about the last update where they added the feature where you can take out the creepy crawlers. Now I can understand why, because in some countries they can kill you, but these? I think you're in the clear. Well, that's everything in solo mode. Now we'll move on to the selling point of this game. Let's have a party! So I played the multiplayer with Mama Blue this holiday while I was up at her cabin, so I hope you'll excuse the change in quality. But you know, with all the hype Nintendo was pumping, I was kinda disappointed with what we got. You have 2 game modes to choose. Spin the wheel will pick a game at random, or you can just pick whatever game you want based on category. And that's it. Like Nintendo, your holiday game of the year was this? Again, it's been over a decade, but I still have a big brain and this is really underwhelming. But there still can be fun to be had. Just ask my mom, as she ended up winning most of them. But cut me some slack, she chose a baby beginner level of difficulty, so I had a handicap in the cranium. And that's all there is to it. I've literally covered everything there is in this game. Sorry if it's shorter than usual, but that's how it goes sometimes. Games like this don't need too much explanation, but it could sure as hell benefit from more content. It wouldn't surprise me if there's more to unlock, or if they plan to add more. Bring the rest of the minigames in that were missed, like the phone call one, or the facial recognition one with the weird kids. So, with that all being said, what's my overall opinion? When I saw Nintendo was releasing a new Big Brain Academy, I don't think I was excited as I was to see another Brain Age, but I still thought it was cool, and in some ways it still is, whether you're nostalgic or a new player. Brain vs. Brain, I would say, is a bit deceitful in its marketing. While its multiplayer is lackluster, it does bring some of the well-liked and headache-inducing games the series has come to be known for, and combine it all into one nice, simple package. You can get it if you want. It is decently priced, but I'd recommend Brain Age or Brain Training over it personally. Wouldn't it be cool if these games had a mashup at some point, and the doctors team up or feud? Doctor, doctor, you've been giving me migraines, migraines. So what do you think? Do you agree with me, or have your own thoughts? Let me know by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, like the video with those thumbs up. If you think anyone else would like this vid, share it around. And if you want to see more of me, this show, and others, hit the subscribe button. I'm BrianTheBlue, thanks for watching. I'm going back to the past, and until next time, I'll see you in the future.